Hi, everyone. This is Joe Signorelli with Our Peer Group Advisors, and we're doing a short discussion today with Golsan Scruggs, and we have the pleasure of having Cameron Norris, who's the vice president there, as well as Philip Bailey, apologies, who's an executive, account executive there. We're going to keep this to a very high level, and one of the things we wanted to start talking about is what actually do you guys do, Cameron, inside of the insurance space, and how does that specifically relate to sort of the specialty you could provide within the hedge fund and private equity area?
Yeah, Joe, that great question, and just appreciate you including us here on this quick call today. At a high level of Golsan Scruggs, we are a boutique property casualty insurance brokerage firm. And really, there's a team of us within the group, and depending on how you want to look at it, probably 12 to 15. And really, all that we do is work with investment advisors across the country. Within that niche, Philip and I are two of the key brokers who focus on the hedge, private equity, and venture capital space. And ultimately, what we look to do is bring a boutique feel to the subject. Much of the insurance industry and where it's gone has been quite a bit of consolidation. Lots of mid-size brokerage firms have been purchased across the country. And we feel like there's been, frankly, just a lack of knowledge and understanding in what private fund advisors are doing and ultimately their risks and how those are translated into the proper insurance policies, both from a structural standpoint, but relaying information to underwriters so that they're properly understanding who you guys are and the risks that your firm presents as
What do you think a couple of the most important specialties that hedge fund managers and private equity managers really need someone to focus on for them that you guys can help with?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think it's high level structurally, most underwriters that work at insurance companies, they are looking at a variety of risks: hedge funds, banks, credit unions, just fee-only SMA RIAs. And what we often find is that there can be a disconnect between an underwriter's knowledge of what a hedge fund is doing or a private equity fund and what the end risks are. It's no fault of their own, but they may just not fully contemplate your investment strategies, the types of clients you're working with. And there can sometimes be a connotation of running a hedge fund or a private equity fund is more risky. And we're looking to break that down and properly relay who you are to the underwriters who frankly may not have the knowledge to fully contemplate how you run your business.
Understood. So I'm very familiar with you guys and know a lot about you, but I would say within the hedge fund private equity area, I don't know that you're as known. Where are you within your business as far as sort of getting your name out there and building that practice? How are you guys thinking about that?
Yeah, Joe, so great question. And transparently, we really started our brand in the fee-only advisory space. For the first probably 20 years of our focus in the investment management world, we were working with separately managed account RIAs who are, managing between, let's call it 500 million to usually 5 billion in assets, pretty traditional investment strategies. And as we've built relationships, more of our clients have started to launch private funds. And we've really just seen too that for mid-size funds, probably less than 10 billion in AUM, they're not always getting the service that they should be for their business. And a lot of that has to do, Joe, as I said, consolidation. There's a few large publicly traded brokerage firms that they dominate the space. But if you're not a Nike or a Shell of the world, you may not be getting the best team.
Well, a lot of the space that we're talking to here in OPG is that under $10 billion hedge fund private equity manager. So I think you guys are a good fit then for that area. So that's very helpful. It was good to just hear quickly how you guys are thinking of it and what you're doing. Would love to do a follow-up at some point, maybe do a webinar and get into a little bit more detail about what you guys can provide and how you're thinking about it within this space. That's very helpful. We appreciate it. So Philip and Cameron, we appreciate the time, and we look forward to you talking to the membership a little bit more going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joe. Have a good rest of the day.
Good.